Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, I'm over with the sheep and the guard dogs, and I want to introduce you to the newest member of Green Pastures. This is Zeus. Yep, he's learning from Atlas, which is the older dog. These are Armenian Gampers. There's Duke. He's such an awesome dog. It's raining again. I'm not gonna complain, man. July 31st and it's raining. Rained yesterday morning. But looked at the forecast today, there's no rain for the whole week after yesterday, and we're getting rain. Anyway, Zeus is, he's about 6 months old now, and we've taught him how to eat out of a dog feeder, gravity flow, and the sheep-proof dog feeder now is what he's having to eat out of. So he watches his brothers. Duke, the big one in the back, he would be coming up as 3. Atlas just had his first birthday, and then there's Zeus. He's a cool looking little dog. He's learning from the best. We put the sheep in here this morning. They're on about 3 acres. The boys ran a wire across the top of that paddock, so we're going to split it in 2. The water's up here around this pond, and we are so blessed. That rain yesterday morning, we had some pretty good wind, and it actually blew in a cool front. It's cold out here. I shouldn't say it's cold. 70s. We were up in the 90s and the 100s, so looking at the forecast, it's supposed to keep this up all week. 70s, I'm loving it. You can get in the 70s for July and August. Just count your lucky stars. But the little dog there, he's learning. He's kind of adopted those older dogs as his buddies. And so they're gonna teach him the ropes, okay? We went in there this morning. Isaac got on him because he kind of followed him back to the gate, and when he did, Atlas took off running. And when he did, of course, Zeus, he went with Atlas. So he's gonna learn, you know, if you want to stay alive and do well on this farm, you don't want to get out on this road behind me. If you do, you're gonna get hit. Somebody's gonna hit you. It's just the way it is. So, yeah, it's a wonderful thing to have older dogs to guard your, or you know, to teach the guardian puppies what to do. But we've got a ton of sheep food on this farm. We got sheep days coming up here. It's the 3rd week of August. All the sheep are spoke for. I think there are a few rams left and some withers, but all the ewe lambs have been sold, and the customers will be picking them up along with their, we've got 8 Armenian guard dog puppies that are going to be going out. So somebody's going to be getting some nice pups. Then our friend Roy has some trained guardian dogs. He'll be up here as well. So we do it all in 2 days. Everybody comes from all over the country, and they take the ewe lambs, the ram lambs, the withers, and their pups, and the dogs, and they start their own flock. So, yeah. That little dog, he's gonna make a good one. Of all the pups, he showed, I mean, they all show great promise, but I don't know, we just kind of took a favor into him. Everybody takes different favors to different dogs. But he's gonna learn how to be a sheep guardian dog, and he's got a bright future. The sheep are spread out. There's coyotes all over this land. There's coyotes probably looking at me down there in the brush. We got bobcats around here. There's foxes. We don't have the black-headed buzzards that I've seen, but if we did, it wouldn't be an issue with these dogs. These dogs absolutely hate aerial birds. Anything that's big that throws a shadow over the top of your sheep, they're on it. They're on it. They don't like that one tiny bit. And they'll bark at them and run them clear off the farm. Just keep barking until the birds leave. And that's a good thing. These black-headed buzzards, folks, they're bad news. They actually pick the eyeballs out of the baby lambs, baby calves. They're just bad news. And so yeah, don't need any of those around. Unfortunately, you know, they're spreading. They're coming from the south and the east, and they're coming west, and they're going north. So I'm sure we'll have them in time, but right now we just thank our lucky stars that we don't. Those sheep are eating the weeds. There's some giant ragweed out there. There's some ironweed. There's a goldenrod, chicory, sprouts, multiflor rose bushes, honey locust. It's all a good diet for those sheep. That's what I like about the sheep. The sheep will actually clean up your pastures. The only part they haven't killed or, you know, keep control of is the stuff. You can see the fence row down through there. There's electricity in there. If they stick their nose in there and try and chew on them, they're going to get shocked. And so you do have to maintain the fences. That's when we got to get on. The darn autumn olives. That's what these are right here in front of me. The autumn olives are just atrocious. They just don't give up. That's just the plain of it. They don't give up. So if you want your whole farm to be autumn olives, just don't do anything, and in about 5 years it will be. And it's awful hard to make a living growing autumn olives. Autumn olive. Everybody asks me, what are you saying, Greg? It's autumn, just like autumn, and then olive, O-L-I-V-E. They're called autumn olives. And these invasive bushes were brought in back in the 1800s. Somebody got the wild idea to use them as hedges. And they got loose. They just absolutely took over. Then the conservation did their part. They came in and started selling them as wildlife bundles. And how do I know that? Because I bought 25 of them. Folks, when I was growing up, you didn't see an autumn olive anywhere. They were not here. And in the 70s, they started selling them as wildlife bundles. You buy 25 of them for $4.50. And I bought some. I planted them. Yep, I did. And we weren't told that they were invasive, that they would take over. Well, they did. And so the birds eat the berries in the fall, and then the birds poop them out all over your property, and wherever a bird poops one out, it comes up. Or a lot of them do. As you can see by the fence rows, the birds roost here, and that's where a lot of your trees are, the autumn olive. But it's just one of those things, you know, it's part of the deal. If you're in Missouri, Midwest, you're gonna have some autumn olives, and you're gonna have to stay on top of them. Because once they get really thick, nothing grows under an autumn olive. It just kills out the ground, where all you have is bare soil under the autumn olives. That and autumn olive leaves. So, yeah, you could coppice them, chop them off. If you got goats, sheep out in your pastures, as long as you keep chopping them off, they will eat the lower parts of them, but they don't clean them up. They won't clean them up. They won't kill them, but they'll keep control of them. The goats might kill them. Look at that. See that? Watch. See, he's in training. Those dogs smell the coyote. Yep, big boy alerted him first. He's down over the hill there. The black-headed dog over there. That's big boy. He smelled the coyote first. I love our guard dogs. That little guy though, he's learning, see? He's in training. He's going to school now. He's in, you might say, kindergarten. And then he'll advance into elementary school, and then he'll go to high school. And he'll be the king dog out here one of these days. And then he'll be training the little guy. Folks, if you got a couple dogs that are trained, and they're doing well, put a puppy in there. Don't put 2 puppies, put 1. If you put 2 puppies in there, the 2 puppies will hang out together, form up a buddyship. Next thing you know, they're out there chasing a sheep, having fun. They might even get one down. One puppy by itself, he'll hang out with the older dogs, and the older dogs aren't going to do something stupid. Like, you know, 2 puppies are like giving the teenagers the keys to your dad's car on Friday night and telling them, boys, don't you all get in trouble. Yeah, Dad. Yes, sir. We won't. It's the same way giving them 2 puppies access to a flock. The good chance they might get in trouble. So don't do that. Older dogs, 1 young one. He gets going and he's trained well, then you can bring in another puppy if you want. But don't be dumping a bunch of pups out there with your sheep, especially during lambing season. That's just a that's a recipe for disaster. But after lambing, we went through them all, and it looks like we're up to about 200 head now. That's the beautiful thing about sheep, is you can double your flock, your numbers so much faster than you can with cattle, because you'll end up with a lot of twins, and you can't do that. You don't want to do that with cows. Just don't. Twins on a cow are just a pain. You don't want to do that, but twins on a ewe, that's kind of normal, you know. Sometimes they'll have triplets, but I would rather have a set of twins than a triplets any day. And triplets, that third one's got to be really, really aggressive sucking, because a ewe only has 2 teats. And so, you know, don't get greedy. Just it's nice to have a triplet. I'm sorry, twins, not triplets. A single is okay on a ewe lamb. And it's the first time that she lambs. She's just turned 1 year of age. She's having her first lamb. I kind of like seeing a single. It's not so hard on those young ewes. Okay? And then the next year, when she's fully regrown, then she's probably going to drop you some twins. So that's just me. Everybody's different. But these sheep have got to make it out here, folks, and what you're looking at. We don't feed any hay. We don't feed any grain. All they get is the forage you're looking at, and mineral and water, and a guard dog. You got to give a sheep a guard dog. If you don't, all you're doing is raising coyote food. Because it's not a matter of if, it's just when the coyotes will come in and start killing. And that's why we're always doing this. Bringing in these little guys right there. Zeus. Welcome to the family, Zeus. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Take care.